Welcome back to Love's Teaching Will Travel. On today's episode, we're talking about salaries. What are the countries that are going to pay us what we're worth? Thinking about this, we have to ask ourselves some questions. Who's going to pay us what we're worth? What will our work-life balance be? And what will we learn from this experience? If we're going to take the risk, as I say, to leave our home base, to leave the country of our birth or wherever we've moved to and lived the majority of our lives, it's really important for us to ask ourselves the questions that will help us understand what's going to be the best decision for us. Now, looking at who's going to pay us what we're worth, I did a little digging and I found a few countries that I could say are in the top 5 for high salaries. And we'll talk about this later in the podcast. Looking at the actual question, it's important to find out from ourselves, what is it that's going to help us strive and live the lives that we want? What is going to help us not become wealthy or rich, but what's going to help us survive without living in complete poverty, but what's going to help us live comfortably, right? We all want to live comfortably, have a home, have food, shelter, comfortable clothes. We don't need, something lavish to make us content. I think it's always best to see what works for you and what life you want. If you just want to be comfortable, if you just want to be able to pay your bills at the end of the month and have something left to spend on yourself, maybe get a little manicure, have a little brunch with friends. If that's what you're looking for, you have to ask yourself, who's going to pay me the salary that's required to live this type of life? And it's important to do your research, find the countries that offer you these things, and think about how that factors into the taxes you will pay back home. Think about the taxes you'll be paying in that country. It's not just about moving or relocating and thinking that your life in the US is completely over. Some of us want to leave for a year, others want to leave forever. So you have to factor in who's going to pay you what you're worth. Are you going to be able to build a savings while you're away? Are you going to be able to live comfortably while you're away? And as you are doing the digging to find out where you'll find the best salaries, think about, again, your worth. Think about your worth. For many of us here, either we're not getting the salary we're looking for, or we're getting the salary but not the benefits, or perhaps we are getting the salary and the benefits we want, but the work-life balance just isn't working out. So find out what you feel is your worth and determine who's going to pay you for it, who's going to give you the funds, benefits, work-life balance necessary in order to move along and live the life that you want. Now, the next question to think about is, what will your work-life balance look like? Some of us want to be able to work a 4-day work week, and I'm here for it. I really am. I love the fact that in my own work and in my own current career, I have the work-life balance that I've wanted for so long. And I honestly wish that for everyone. I wish that everyone could find that work-life balance that helps them to feel not so stressed and overtired and just feeling that they're constantly running on empty. My wish is that everyone can find that workspace that gives them the opportunity to be with family, be with friends, maybe take care of elderly parents, and still work and live comfortably as they wish. So what will your work-life balance be? What are you looking for in that? Are you looking to relocate and work 40 hours a week and continue to live the life that you were living in the US? Or do you want to relocate and find that space where you're able to spend time with yourself, spend time with family and friends, have time to travel to other countries if you're moving to a place that enables you to country hop a little bit, maybe take little weekend trips here and there. What will your work life balance be? And I really hope that people sit down, pen and paper, and really think about what they're looking for. What are some pros and some cons to relocating, and how does that fit into the work life balance that you're looking for? Now, next question. What will we learn from this experience? Some of us are looking to relocate and find a country that gives us some level of knowledge and understanding and some strategies that we can use back home, right? Not everyone wants to relocate permanently, and I think it's important for us to determine what route we're willing to take. Maybe some of us want to take a short sabbatical and go for a year, see what it's like, and then come back and determine whether the teaching career is still for you, right? Some of us are thinking about taking maybe a short trip abroad and gaining some strategies and some knowledge and some experience about what education looks like in other places, and then bring that back to your own classroom and refresh your style and refresh your students' experiences. Others are saying, you know what, I'm done. I want to relocate. I want to being in a new country and learn a new language and adapt to a new culture, and that's great. If that's what you want from your experience, then I say ask yourself, what does this look like for you? Is it to completely immerse yourself in a new culture? Is it to be a part of an environment where you can build a family abroad? What is it that you want, and how will this experience help you to grow as a person, grow as a teacher, grow as someone who is going to contribute positively to society? So I'm hoping that from these three questions that I've proposed to you, you can sit down and really analyze what's going to help you make the decision to move abroad, not just considering I'm going to get paid 30,000 or 40,000 or 50,000 a year, but what am I really looking for in these salaries, right? Make sure you're asking yourself some questions to really evaluate if it's just about the money, or is it something deeper? What is it that you're really looking for from this? Until then, I'm going to take a minute, a little break, and when we come back, I'll give you those countries that I've looked at and express to you the type of money options that are available and where you can find some information to help you make a better decision. So let's take a break. I'll be right back. Now we're back, and I'm all about going where the money resides. Now, here are my list that I found after doing some digging of the top 5 countries with the best salaries for international teachers. Now, if you are interested in working for an international school, or you're thinking about working in TEFL, here's some information that will help you to determine what works. Now, for top 5 countries for international teachers, we have Switzerland, we have Japan, we have Dubai, and we have Spain. Now, an additional one that I have here is Luxembourg, which I was very, very surprised about. Salaries range from $33,000 a year to $75,000 a year. And it's also important to not just think about salary, such as money that will be in your pocket, but it's important to think about the additional benefits like healthcare. And in some countries, a tax-free salary that would be really beneficial to your bank account. Now, thinking about tax-free salaries in certain countries, we also have to be mindful that if we live in a state that you have to, A, pay income tax, that money could be taxed. So it's important to speak to your accountant or speak to your tax preparer before making the assumption that, yes, I'm working in a new country and my salary is tax free, but it doesn't mean that I still don't have to report this back to the US or pay taxes in the US. So that's something that I want you to think about deeply before choosing a country based on it being tax-free salary. So that was my list for international schools. And you can find this information at teacherhorizons.com. Actually, it's available, it's open, and if you're interested, please head on over to the website. Now, for top 5 countries with the best salaries for TEFL teachers that's teaching English as a foreign language, you can look into South Korea, Japan, Japan's here twice, Taiwan, and the Gulf Arab states. You also have Vietnam added to this list as a location for TEFL teachers, where salary can range from $2,500 to $5,000 a month. Now, I don't know about you, but $5,000 a month sounds great, actually. So this information you can find on a variety of TEFL websites. You can also join some TEFL groups on Facebook. You can also check out some blogs that I'll add to the show notes, which will help you to find all the information in one space. So if you are interested and you're concerned about salary, you want to relocate, please look into the countries I've listed, whether it's for international teachers, and this is for US teachers who are certified to teach in elementary, middle, or high school here in the US. If you're interested in relocating and working in an international school abroad, definitely take a look at the list I provided. If you have TEFL certificate, or even there are some places that you aren't even required to have TEFL certificate, but if you are, interested in working as a teacher of English and you have your credentials, check out the list of countries I've given. It might be a great way for you to relocate and not have to worry so much about the type of life that you're going to live, as far as being able to afford expenses, especially if some of the expenses you have here in the US you're bringing with you abroad. It's very, very important to consider what you're going to be paid and how that fits into your life and what you want for your life. Now, I know this episode has been brief, but I just wanted to share this information with you. Keep it simple, keep it quick, just so you have what you're looking for in one place. You can always find me on my blog, kjaroundtheworld.com. You can always find me on Instagram, always_travel_light. You can check out the show notes after each episode, which will be available on my blog. Also, I now have a Facebook group. If anyone's interested in joining, it will be a great space for, again, all the resources. And if others want to join in and they have resources to share, it's a great way for us to communicate collectively and share information and share resources that we might have, because I believe we're all experts. And if we're able to share and communicate and collectively work together, we can accomplish so much more. So it's been great to log in and share this new episode with you. If you are interested in new episodes each week, we are coming out every Wednesday with a new episode at 9 a.m. Eastern Time if you're in the US. If you're have any questions about the episodes, or you'd like to contribute to the episodes each week, please don't hesitate to find me on Spotify. Have a great day. Bye.